Hi, this is Rose. I'm here today to give you a mental health moment. I am an advocate for mental health in my personal and professional life. Today, we're going to be talking about depression, anxiety, and social isolation coming from the pandemic and also coming from the news. So, as regards the news, it's a very important thing to keep updated with what's going on in the world. However, we can overdose on the news. And so, one of the things I highly recommend is if you're feeling increasing depression, anxiety about the world, is to take a break from the news. So if that means if you watch 5 hours a day, that might mean cutting it down to three. If you're watching 2 hours a day, maybe cutting it down to one, or taking a day off of the news. And I have found that this is very helpful for people. It doesn't mean that you don't care about the state of the world, but it gives you some downtime that you can use to re-energize yourself individually and as a family or a couple. So you could play board games in that time. You could take a nice hot bath, go for a walk, pet your dog, call a friend, check in with a family member, anything that brings you joy and uplifts your spirit because the times we're living in are hard. So that's the first part of the mental health moment today. The second part is due to the social isolation we've been experiencing, that also increases anxiety, depression. And, thankfully, we have the immunizations going, and there is the ability to move more into outside activities and inside activities as people are vaccinated. But the main thing I want to talk about is volunteering. Now, volunteering is highly research based and it is proven to mitigate or lessen anxiety, depression, and social isolation as well. Now, you can volunteer in two ways. You can volunteer through organized activities, through joining a group organization, and there are many groups here in Greenbelt. We're very fortunate. And I just want to refer you to a place where you can find a listing of all the groups, and that would be going on the city website, then going to the recreation department, and then going to the quarterly publications about what's happening, and going then to the back pages of that. And in the back pages, there's a listing of all the organizations and things that you can join in Greenbelt. So that's an organized thing that might be, on a weekly basis, however you set it up. And then there's individual initiative. So individual initiative is something you can do with yourself, with family, with friends. And it can be as simple as preparing a meal for an older person in your neighborhood, someone that's sick in your neighborhood, someone that's just had a baby. It can be babysitting for someone so they, can have a break. It can be, picking up trash in the city. Just make sure you wear gloves because that would be important. It can mean going and helping, connecting across Greenbelt and helping them with their garden at Shrone Park. It can mean anything that brings you joy and makes you happy, and volunteering empowers us. Because a lot of times we see people that are more disadvantaged, and it may be their turn to need to get help. And we always have a time in our lives when it's our turn to need help. So giving help to others actually makes us feel better about ourselves and lowers our mental health challenges. So these, to summarize, two ways to help yourself with your mental health and well-being and lessen depression, anxiety, and social isolation is decreasing your news experience, filling your cup up and filling yourself with joy in the downtime from when you're not watching the news, and possibly volunteering when you're not watching the news, and volunteering through organizations and individual initiative. Now, I hope this moment has helped because it's very important that we help each other. Have a great day.